Hi, this is Rich. Welcome to Akvile's blog.
What? Who
Yeah,
does that?
who does that, right? So yeah, we're going to upload this on both our channels. We've been getting interrupted today a lot, getting fucked with a lot emotionally, just weird shit happening. And we don't know if it's entity interference or not. So we thought we'd turn on the camera and do a Gary V thing where we document our conversation instead of try to make clever or brilliant content for our YouTube channels. So have you been interrupted a lot today, or just a little, or more than?
Probably long. Like everything I pick up is like being like constantly like cut, and I have to stop whatever I'm doing. So it's been like whatever process I pick up or whatever I'm involved with, it obviously stops uh, continuously until like I get back to it and like try to push forward.
Yeah. I just got a signal that says your internet connection is unstable.
Go figure, huh?
Go figure, right? So if we get interrupted like in mid-sentence and this gets uploaded and you go, what the fuck? Why don't you finish your video? We already did that today. We made about a 15-minute video and we got interrupted. And so that was an outtake. So we have to start over. But so if we get stopped in the middle of this and you're listening to the middle of a sentence and it just goes, that's all the video you get, because we have been getting interrupted like fucking crazy. So anyway, did you get an interruption on your side too? Did the video?
Yeah, I got the same notification.
Yeah. So did the video lock up or anything?
Well, seems normal now, but who knows?
Yeah. So yeah. So I have a question for our audience. Did you know that?
You really? What question do you have for them?
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're being overly interrupted or interfered with? And those of you who have an understanding of the entity phenomena and have looked at ways to deal with the entities that are messing with you or your life or your loved ones, do you ever get the feeling that they're like cranking up the volume, so to speak, or making it, they're getting a little like threatened and they're coming at you even more because you're learning more about them and how to get rid of them, and they're like, fuck you, and then they come back at you back and forth? Do you ever feel that happens? We would love your input and comment below about that sort of thing. And I'm going to ask you the same thing.
Really?
Do you ever feel like they get all pissy or something and come at you harder, or come at us? Or
We have a theory on it, or at least I do. Like with the whole work we've been doing, I've started calling this whole thing like baiting. Like when they try to mess with us and cause specific thoughts in our head, try to make us feel a certain way or move, and like cause various situations in our life that affect people around us. So they're constantly trying to bait us to react or to do something that's going to be negative and like that they could get our moosh. And if they can't get it going, they'll try really hard to do something else to really cause an upset or have something going on so that they could like make you sad, disappointed, and whatever negative they can get, they'll do that. So they do it constantly, like to the whole humanity, I guess.
yeah. I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I was in a dream, and the dream was okay. It was kind of interesting dream. And my thoughts just immediately went out of dream world and back into this physical world. And I thought about something, and wham, big fear, worry, concern, just the cortisol that is the stress chemical that makes you feel like afraid and worried and scared and all that stuff. It's like, man, it just hit real hard. I had the thought, I had to have the thought, and the thought triggered the emotional response. It triggered the emotional response and the chemical response, and then I felt it. But did I really have that thought first? Was it really me, or was it something put that thought in there? I don't know. I'm not saying, entity's always doing it. Oh, poor me. But what the hell? Do you have shit like that happen to you?
Yeah, similar. Like since I'm watching my diet and what I'm eating and stuff, it's been really helping me. Like yesterday or this morning, I should say, I had like 3 UVs, and usually I have like 1 or 2 per night at least, and now it's like 3, so it's really good for me. Like I'm just improving and getting better at it. Uh, so basically, like this whole movie and like the last one I had, like it's a whole realm, like a nice kingdom, like sort of this futuristic fantasy world, and I'm walking into this palace because the ruler of that place was responsible for getting the spaceships out there and like selling it to the reptilians, and so they had a deal going on. This race is basically like making deals with reptilians, providing them the specific materials and resources and different things and knowledge. And so I'm walking in there, like literally going through their palace, and there's like 600 of them, like soldiers and people lined up at sides, and I'm walking up to their like ruler. I'm gonna have this conversation. Like, why are you doing this? And like, just get some information going. And so the guy gets pissed off at me for asking questions, and I'm not supposed to ask questions. Like, who does that? And not in that realm. And I like keep going at it just to get some information. And clearly he gets pissed off, and he grabs me like by the neck. I mean, like by the neck, like really squeezes me. And like I hate when people touch my neck, so I grab his arm and like get it away. And all of a sudden, as I take his arm and like get it away from me, he turns into a huge snake, like transforms, and now it's like a huge snake. And his hand, and I have to open the door. I have to open the door. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! No, go ahead. I'll keep talking.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, this is the interruptions we're talking about. It's happening all fucking day, all week, and sometimes it's just an emotional thing that hits. And my theory is that we're pissing them off, and they're coming back at us. It's like,
Sorry about it.
no, that's okay. I was carrying it. I carried it well, man. I carried the torch. Okay. So you're back on. Big snake, big dude turned into a snake. Now, were you talking to the big guy, the ruler, or one of his goons that was keeping you from getting to the ruler?
No, ruler. Like I literally like he's sitting in his throne and stuff, and I'm just like walking up to him, and everyone's like watching me, and like they sort of want like get their hand like guns out and like start going at me, but like my look is enough for them to like, oh fuck, maybe I should hold back, So like they clearly understand my intention and what I'm doing there, and we know the power difference and stuff. And I'm walking up to that guy, and like we have this whole conversation. He grabs me by the neck, I grab his hand, like just get away from me, sort of like just to keep it all people, like no physical thing. And so as I get his hand away from me, he turns into this big snake. It's like like and what anaconda pile, like huge, freaking long, fat, huge. And all of a sudden, like I'm pushing it away, and all of his people in there in the palace, all 600 of them, turns into snakes, and they're all after me and biting my neck, like legs, and like really going after me. So what the fuck? Like what a noob, huh? And all of a sudden, like I shifted and basically like unlock them, so they're done. And I get out of the palace, and reptilians land. And like, what the fuck have you done to our providers, like of the resources? And so it's like a whole conversation, and bam, someone like fucked up the car outside, and I wake up from the UV because of the sound. It's like really loud, and just it was just the start of the day. And whatever I did the whole day long, it was continuously cancelled, interrupted. I was being stopped all day long. It's like it's tough. One, I'm like all along I was holding it really well, like not reacting emotionally, because I was just they're messing with they want to trigger me and cause bad emotions, so I'm not gonna react. Like I was like really on top of it. But I've been stopped like 76 times a day. Like this 76th one was right now, like where I have to stop everything and just go and get the doors and stuff. All day long, So it's a thing. Trying not to react, trying not to be upset about it or something. And like last few videos, we were like doing really great, and there was like a lot of good information, but I felt like I really fucked it up. Like getting a phone and stuff, and like now it's like it's an important call, and I have to stop our work, and I feel like I fail you, I fail myself, and the work we're doing. Like that really got to me. Like sort of like damn it, like that was the one that sort of hurt, but that's the way they mess with people. Trying to mess with them, just baiting them, trying to cause various situations only to get some loosh out of the people and feed from them and stuff. So, it's a good thing.
It makes me think of the whole matrix and simulation reality and what we're doing here in it. I did some research recently on, is this a simulation? And a lot of big thinkers, scientists and just powerful thinkers, are going with the simulation theory. And you can talk to David Icke, just different people will, or just look at the movies, The Matrix and the 13th Floor, the Matrix within the Matrix, sort of thing. If this is a Matrix, and that doesn't mean it's not real to us, and it doesn't mean that we can't live like thousands of lifetimes in here, or civilizations can't go on for billions of years in here. It's still considered a matrix because definition of matrix is a kind of structure within which something else is embedded. And in spirit, if we feel like we are embedded here, as in stuck in it, like deeply in, and it's difficult to extract ourselves, like get out of body and move into a higher plane of existence or a higher realm or universe, then this would be considered a matrix reality. If we will talk about simulations, that means it is similar to something else. This is a simulation, like Sims game. It's simulation of real life. So if this is a simulation, it's a simulation of what? Something that is more real than this and is real life, or a greater reality or more real reality system than the simulated reality system in which we are embedded. Thus, the simulation becomes not just a simulation, but a matrix because of the embedded part. Okay, so that's how that all works together. So when you have the ability to get out of body, shift consciousness into other planes and dimensions, you're not stuck here, or you remember when you go away, get out of here, and you come back and you remember your experiences. What happens is you start getting an understanding of what is outside the simulation, or what is outside this matrix, or what is outside this realm, and it's real. Is it real? How real is it when you get over to these realms that are not in the physical universe?
More real than Earth. So to speak, like literally, the reality you experience, everything that you can touch, feel, hear, taste, and everything, is way more real out there because you feel everything in whole, like, detail. It's a whole more details. You're drinking water, like, oh, it tastes like water. Like it's hard to describe the taste. Over there, you can. You know exactly what it is, and every single bit of it. And as you touch the table, you can literally get your hand through it and feel every single detail, every like density and particle and little bumps and stuff, everything. You can't do it like, oh, it's flat. And there, when you're out, when you do the same things, it's a whole different experience and a whole better.
Yeah. Do you have memory? Like, I mean, a past, does it seem like time, there's a lot of time, to remember in the past in those realms? And it goes on, or is it just like a dream moment? There's not really a past or anything. It's just the now.
Oh no, it's there are past, there are continuous like bodies of me right now in other multiverses. Like literally, I'm here sitting, and there are tons of my bodies out there in different realms, and I can literally shift into them. And like, okay, like here, right, I'm in a whole different place. Like I can be in a spaceship right now and look around. Okay, there's like on the right side there's a lounge. There's like 4 beings out there, like one humanoid, 3 like more of a bluish with tails and different things. Bam! I shift another reality. Now I'm walking in the forest with a gun and a suit and everything. And there's my team behind me. And like I can just shift on and just talk about different experiences. And I'm shifting my conscious. I'm connecting with different bodies. I remember all the past. I can describe you everything I did before I got in there. I have the memory, everything since either the birth or since I got to that place, everything since the creation, like whatever, and I can go through it and like look into the future and how I'm gonna die or something and go through the whole experience.
Wow. Oof. That's amazing.
Sorry.
That is really amazing. It's just crazy amazing. So yeah.
This whole thing being a simulation, what I really want to say is that, the entity work that we've been doing, we found out that there are like little entities, like microscopic entities inside us that are literally just tracking everything, our thoughts, our feelings, our like everything. and they're sending it to the cloud, and from the cloud it goes to the AI, so they know all about us, you know everything about our bodies, everything about our feeling states, our age, or like name, different things. And so they know what we like, what we don't like and stuff. And it was funny to read. One guy was saying like how he's really proud that like he's living like in a like more of a wild place where like there's like lots of animals on the road and stuff, and he's been really careful his whole life to not hit anything, and he's proud of it. He was sharing his win, how his whole life he cares about life. And the next day he's driving and a duck flies and bam, hits it. Just he's proud, like everything was going well, he's paying attention, he's always really careful about it. And when he shared this win, the whole simulation, like, oh, so that's what you're thing, huh? That's what you're proud of. And you're gonna simulate a thing where that incident gonna happen and like ruin your world, And
Yeah.
it's a given thing, like there's a saying in Lithuania, like, where like happiness and love likes the silence, because if you don't share it, if you don't talk about it, and you just sort of keep it inside, it doesn't get out. So the entities have a hard time picking up on it and messing it up. So basically, when you keep it all, to yourself, silent and stuff, it doesn't affect the world. But once you share it, like once you like get it out, hey, I got this and stuff, something's gonna happen. It's sort of a given thing that's something's gonna happen. So,
Oh yeah. I felt that not so much as a classic metaphor or a cliche phrase, but I felt it like, oh man, don't be talking about it, because whatever good thing is going, it might stop as soon as you start sharing it. I've seen that happen in my life too.
So it's a thing like they like to mess with us, like tracking all of it, like tracking all the good things so that they could mess it up and stop it, and tracking all the bad things so that they could cause it more often. And I think like for us, it's really important to be in control of ourselves so that whenever they're baiting us or trying us to get to react to whatever they cause, we really need to be in control of it, because if they don't get a reaction for a certain time, they will try something else. So whatever they're trying to do right now, they will stop. And
Yeah.
I've noticed this with like we had this interference when we would like talk on Skype or different things, and all of a sudden internet connection goes wild or something, and we stopped reacting, and that stopped happening.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. Well, about this whole simulation thing, if you're playing the Sims game, Sims 3, Sims 4, if you're outside the game and looking at the game and you're a programmer or just a good hacker or just got good cheat codes,
Yeah.
you could mess with anybody in the game. You can change anybody's personality because you have the code. You can become anybody you want in the game, and you can up their humor, their intelligence, anything you want. You can tweak and twist. It's because you're a programmer or a hacker outside the simulation. If this is a simulated reality, and it appears so because people like you and me have been able to get out of here and see another realm that's more real, touchy-feely, it has time, it has experience, it has emotion, adventure, lots going on. And yet when we get in here in this simulation, we can't get out. We're embedded, we're stuck in the bodies. People want to get out of body and they can't get out of body. Or if they do get out of body at night when their body goes to sleep, they don't remember it. So it's just as well. Or you get out of this body, but you get caught in a dreamscape world or a kind of out-of-body experience world of great limitation. And so it's like you're out of the matrix, but you're not completely out of it. You're in level 0, level 1, I guess, ground level, and you can get outside of the physical universe, but you're in this lower astral realm or something that is still part of the matrix. The matrix itself that we are embedded in as a simulation is not just the physical universe, but some of the realms outside of it. But the whole thing, if you imagine it as a bubble, would be embedded or stuck in that. So if somebody outside the matrix or the simulation can program and just move around and just go anywhere they want inside the matrix and inside, and start manipulating the people, their thoughts and feelings, and program them. I believe that's the sort of thing that these beings are doing. The demiurge and other beings outside of the physical universe have done and are doing to very powerful beings that should be living in a realm outside of the matrix, outside of the simulation, in a greater real reality. And we're being denied that. We are being imprisoned, enslaved for our energy, our life energy. And we call it loosh. And they're outside getting us to emotionally respond thousands and thousands of years, thousands of lifetimes, millions of years, beings within this matrix simulated reality who think it's real, can sort of get out partly, but not all the way, back and forth. The beings outside we call entities, big ones, little ones, Archons, non-physical ETs, reptilians, grays, whatever, outside this matrix, in a greater, more real reality where you can walk around and look at them and talk to them. That realm is the greater reality of which this is a simulation of. This is my understanding, and it's more than my theory, really. It's my understanding of things. How do you feel about such? What do you think about such things? Really?
Well, since we're like talking to each other every day and like our connection, and we work at the same stuff, like I'm with you on that. Like I'm feeling very well.
Yeah. Seem like a simulated reality to you?
Pretty much. I mean, like the way I experience life and everything that happens, like it's just like patterns, like tons of patterns, and if you change something up, it's just tons of other patterns. So like it's all repetitive, and once you notice it, you can like. It's hard to call it a reality or like something original because like it's all happening again and again in different formats. So it's like clearly for me it looks like a simulation.
Yeah. So I think that the challenge is to awaken to what this realm and this world is to each of us.
Yeah.
What is this place? And why would you even ask? Well, if you're unsatisfied with how life is on planet Earth, then if you think you're never going to come back and you're going to go to a happy place when you leave here, no worries, mate. Whatever. But if you have a sneaking suspicion that you incarnated and you don't remember and you should remember, and if you drop dead, somebody might talk you into coming back, and you don't want to come back, it would be a good idea to learn as much as you can about this realm, this simulation, this matrix, this universe, so that when you do leave this universe, you have the freedom to do more, better, and stay liberated, free, and stay in a position of knowing and enlightenment, instead of getting into some weird agreement thing where you agree to come back here with a memory wipe, or you agree to come back here and they wipe your memory without the agreement.
Yeah.
And read the fine print,
There's even better thing, like with all the Ubis we've been doing, I've seen countless of times when there's like a free being, like this consciousness, a spirit just going and like doing things and just exploring the multiverse. And I see the Archons like literally freezing the soul and trapping it on Earth, making it to incarnate it in some fucked up body and trapping them on Earth. I've seen it countless times. It's not just one or two. It's not even in the thousands. Like it's just countless. It's like almost like every 5 Ubis. Like the fifth one will be where I encounter like an Archon trying to catch some free being out there and trap it here on Earth, and so that they could just have their own cattle and like literally feed off from us,
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you feel that this might be the thing, then look more into it and learn what you can about getting out of body. Learn what you can about making these agreements to come here. They're called soul contract agreements. And we have some courses over at richwest.net where you can learn how to do soul contract revocation and learn how to get out of body, and also entity release work over there. But whether you do that sort of thing with us or not, learning everything you can about what's beyond the physical universe, what kind of life or reality or universes or multiverses out there, is a real good thing to be doing, because you're going to live longer than this physical body. But what's going to happen next time? And how would you know what happened last time? Right now, most people don't remember their past lives or the between lives area, and we don't know what we were doing. And people don't teach us how to learn about what is going on outside the physical universe, except Akvile and I and many others are addressing this subject area so that you can learn. And her and I, we're looking to learn way more ourselves. So that's what we do. And did you want to say anything else before we wrap it up?
I guess just to mention that, the way we see world and this whole information that we pick up and have our knowledge and stuff is for us. This is like, it's right for us, it's how we pick up the world. But if you feel like it doesn't match to your perception and your understanding of reality, like, you don't have to believe everything you say. Like, just find the things, like, whatever we say in this whole video, if you find something useful, take it. If it's not useful for you, just pass on it and look for something better for yourself. So, people should look for whatever works best for them.
Yeah, excellent advice. Thank you very much. And thanks you, everyone, for watching, and your comments are very welcome. We'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.